I'm walking in the valley with my metal baguette, 'cause I'm looking for rubbish bins. Yeah. Whew. Life seems so meaningless without the cat. I'm like, yeah. I seriously want to move on, get away from here. So that district in Switzerland, in the west, I'm sort of thinking about, yeah, really going there soon. Not just like planning to go there in 5 years or so, but really doing it pretty soon. Just as soon as I find another place to stay. It's got to be a kilometer away from any sort of antenna, like mobile phone stuff. And it's got to be, best would be a house again, because now I got this mountain house with a maximum amount of freedom. There is like the people from down the hill that chop wood. Not as much during winter time, actually, as right now during summertime. Sort of. But you never know. And then there is sometimes these patients from the nearby hospital passing by, because they want to have their drugs in my kind of wood. They don't want to be seen by the personnel of the hospital. When they intake, I don't know, they just run into that wood and then they run out again. There is no time to really enjoy it in the pace I see them pass by. And also, you know, it's really quiet. I like these circumstances as they are at the moment. But yeah, now that the cat has gone, and I really have these pictures in mind, like the way it lay there when it was dead and I put it into the wood, and then the way it was laying there, before it died, you know, and then this really, really small face it all of a sudden had before it died. And when it looked at me, it wasn't, you know, a happy cat. It was a really, really ill cat. It kills me. It's a killer, I tell you. Yeah. And also when I remember how the cat came to my house in front of the entrance and kind of was introducing itself to me by putting its scent onto my legs and really fighting for me to have his scent on me. And then the first days inside, when I was carrying it, when I had it in my bed and I wasn't really sure how to deal with a cat, how he would like, you know, I found out that he likes my pillow a lot because it's so soft. So he would sleep beside my head at night. And then he would put his paws against my head as well. You know, he was really liking the way I treated him. On the first days I had no food. I gave him peas with soy sauce, some soy milk. There is this thickened up soy cream we can buy in Switzerland. That I put on the peas. He loved it. He always went outside and ate from it. And it was pure chance that was the only thing I had. Was good. He was liking that. And then he sat in front of the kitchen like some sphinx, you know, going like, not looking at me, not looking at the kitchen door, but just sitting there like a sphinx, waiting for me to actually get some food. So when I had some meat, yeah, it got better and better. And he got fat, and the winter was like me at 11 o'clock opening the window. And then he would come out from his little hut that I had prepared for him in the spring. His little hut was kind of wet and molding, so I put it away, and I'm so, you know, why did I do so? Because maybe because of that, he went to sleep at some other place, and also because I was always checking him on these sex, and he didn't really enjoy me being so dominant. So he always ran off in the morning when I had done so. And I was always like able to grab him twice to continue. Like in the winter time, he would love it to sit on my lap because it's so cold, the snow and the floor. But then when it got spring and warm, he wanted to be free and run. So my dominance was kind of annoying to him. See, he was going like this, you know, with his tail. Yeah. You know, and the way I fed him at the very beginning, he was like sitting there, his head up, kind of looking and not looking, and his whole face was smeared with food, and he wasn't even able to, you know, swallow anymore. Like, I stopped then, of course, but I was so very much in distress. I wanted him to eat and get fat again, because he was day by day getting more, you know, out of shape. He no water, no fat, nothing, just bones and skin. But until the very end, I was stroking him, you know, the way that he loved it. I was not forgetting about, like, when he stopped going purring, I wasn't kind of going, he doesn't like it anymore. I thought, okay, it's just too... He's so weak, he cannot purr all the time. So very gently and soft, not on his bones, but beside, on his back. I was gently petting him, and not for like half an hour, just like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, you know, all the time. It wasn't like Don. Once a day I pet him and then I forget about him all day long. No, I was always treating him a little bit, like petting and then feeding and then giving liquid food, and you know. So when I think of the way that he came to my bed once, like after I had been so rude to him and all, he came to my bed. I had him in his room and he came to me, and his tail got into the milk that he loved so much. He just wasn't lifting it anymore, so he was putting his own tail into the milk and barely made it to my bed. I mean, can you imagine a cat being so weak it cannot lift its tail anymore? Oh, yes. So all these images I have in my, and these like movies, it's like him coming to me and me like, yes, come to me. But then I had to put this yellow thing under him because he was peeing so often, and I couldn't let him pee on the carpet. So it's like stressful to him that I kind of put this raincoat beneath him and made him like not be, you know, he wasn't comfortable me doing so many things, feeding him, putting stuff beyond him, and then when he peed I exchanged everything, the sheets, so it smelled properly again. You know, all these things come to my mind, and I really want to turn back time. It's so, it's like, you know, inside me, it kind of tears me apart. It's this little animal I should have taken care of, and I went to that damn vet, and there he caught a virus. And then he ran off because of a dog. So he was gone for 10 days. And because of the virus, he started to have pain to drink. So he wasn't drinking. And then it was the real hot summer days when he came back. So he was at my place for like 1.5 days, and then he went again for 4 days, and then he was there again with me, and then he went again for 3 days. So when he came back, and then when he died and all, you know, he was like, I cannot explain. I don't care for people. I want this cat. You know, I should have taken care of this cat, and all the circumstances were so rotten. He actually, you know, died because of us humans. The fucking assistant of the vet that told me, you need to come here with the cat for the antibiotics because he was in fever. So now he got the virus. The virus made him stop drinking, so his kidneys, they kind of, broke. Because his kidneys broke, he had to die. He got thinner and thinner, and nothing you could do about it. So that's the way it went. So when he came back after these 10 days, it was already too late. And I made him drink and eat and all of that, when actually there wasn't any chance that he would live. Yeah. And yeah, it's like I can continue to talk and talk and talk and talk, you know. It's like no one will ever understand. Yeah, I miss this cat, the character of this one very cat, and the story, how we got to meet each other and everything. You know, he was always a wild cat. He wasn't like, he was sniffing out the black cat during winter time when I hadn't even seen it, you know. So he was more clever than me. Yeah, I gotta make a video of this one and throwing the baseball club in there for a video of mine. Now